Hi friends, welcome. My name's Jen Parma from Parma Wellness, and I wanted to guide you through a gentle yoga practice today. And if you would like to, for props, a strap. If you don't have a strap, a towel will work just as fine. So if you want to grab a strap or a towel, if you have blocks, go ahead and grab a block or 2 blocks. If not, that will be okay as well. This practice is going to be good for anybody that's just looking for a gentle, slower practice. Good for older population, good for anybody that's having any injuries in their body that just needs something slower, or if you're an athlete or somebody that just has a stiffer body, this practice will just be great. So with that, I'm going to get started, and we're going to start on our backs. So go ahead and get comfortable on your back. I'm just laying down and just settling in here. Knees can be bent, or you can straighten out your legs long. Whatever works for you, just kind of settle in for a few breaths and let yourself just relax here. You can place your arms to your side or hands on your belly. Go ahead and close your eyes. Let's just start to take a few grounding breaths together. Inhaling through the nose, feeling the breath come into your belly. Exhale, big breath out through the mouth. Inhale again, big breath in, all the way down into the belly. Exhale, let it go, maybe a sigh. Ha. One more grounding breath here, inhale. Exhale and let it go. Begin to connect to a breath that is a little bit deeper than you normally breathe. In through your nose and out through your nose. Trying to breathe for at least 4 seconds on the inhale, maybe 5, maybe 6, and at least 4 or 5 seconds on the exhale. Starting to just deepen your breathing, relax your nervous system. As you breathe, just notice where you might be holding tightness, maybe in your shoulders, your jaw. Just allow yourself to relax and feel grounded here. Taking just a moment here to check in, notice how you're feeling in your body. Notice where you might be feeling tight today, tense. And just take a little more breath into those areas, softening, relaxing. Tuning in, noticing how you're feeling in your emotional body, just anything that's present for you. Connecting your breath. As you're ready, we'll straighten out the legs if they're not already straight. Reach your arms up and over your head. Big reach and stretch through the side bodies. Good. Reach up a little higher with your right arm. Point your right toes. And reach up a little bit higher with your left arm and point your left toes. One more time to each side, reaching through the right side body and reaching through that left side body. And as you're ready, bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, soften your shoulders, and let's begin to rock a little bit from side to side. Massaging the back body. Just continuing to breathe deeper than you normally breathe. We'll take the right knee into the chest and straighten out the left leg and hug it in. Big breath in, soften those shoulders. Exhale and just start to pull your knee a little closer into your chest. Circling through your right ankle a couple of times. Both directions. One more breath here. And go ahead and straighten out your right leg, and let's just switch sides. Pull the left knee into the chest. Big breath in. And a big exhale, hug the knee into your chest, stretch it out, soften your shoulders, soften through your face. And just take a few breaths here, circling through your ankle a couple times in both directions. And then we'll straighten out the left leg. Now let's go ahead and grab our strap or your towel. And we're going to take the strap, wrap it around your right foot, and just lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Right. Now you just want to hold onto either side of your strap or your towel and soften your shoulders. Just breathe here with your leg lifted. Now if you're tight, you're not going to be able to straighten out your leg, but that's just the direction that you're heading, just working towards getting that leg straight as possible. And again, you're just going to meet your edge here. You don't need to press yourself into a place where you're pressing too hard or really straining your body. Just find a good stretch and just stay there and breathe. You might find after a couple breaths, you can start to pull the leg a little bit closer in or straighten your leg a little bit more. This is a great stretch if you're having any tension in your low back. Sometimes it's just we have tight hamstrings. So just allowing yourself to lift your leg up, stretch, and breathe. Now take both ends of your strap into your right hand. And we're going to take the left hand and place it onto our left thigh. Go ahead and just take your right leg out to the right. Any amount that you can. Might be here, you might bring it all the way over. Just find what works for you. Now really try to straighten out your right leg. And just breathe. And with this left hand, we're just rooting our left leg down. Now if you need to modify here, you can always bend your left knee and place your foot on the ground just to add a little bit more stability. Either one works. We'll take just a few more breaths here. With an inhale, let's bring the right leg back to center. Now we're going to switch the strap into the left hand. So bring both ends of the strap into your left hand. And we'll just take, keep both of your hips rooted down. So it's a small movement. We're just taking that left leg a little bit over, or I'm sorry, taking the right leg a little bit over to the left. Okay. Now if you want to tune in your right pinky toe, pull that down towards your face. You want to feel a nice, good stretch through the right side of your leg. Again, your hips are rooting down, you're softening your shoulders. Just breathe. Good. Inhale, let's bring the right leg back to center. Go ahead and grab a hold of both ends of your strap again. We'll hold just for another few breaths. See if you can find a little more stretch. Good. Now release the right leg down and we'll switch sides. So let's strap around your left foot. Lift your left leg straight up to the ceiling. And just hold and breathe. Again, just find a place where you are meeting your edge. You're feeling your stretch. You soften right there and you breathe. You don't have to go beyond that. You don't have to strain. equal rhythm of breath. One more breath here. Now let's take both ends of the strap into the left hand. Right hand comes to the right thigh, and we're taking the leg out to the left. Any amount that's comfortable for you. Really, most important is try to get your leg as straight as possible. And breathe into your leg. If you need to modify, you can bend that right knee and place the foot on the ground. One more breath here. And with an inhale, let's bring the left leg back up to center. We'll take now both ends of the strap into your right hand. Taking your left leg a little bit over to the right. Again, it's a small movement. You keep your hips on the ground, both hips rooting down, and just take it over until you feel that stretch into the left side of your left leg. Again, you want to find that left pinky toe and pull it down towards your face, down towards your left knee. You'll know what I'm talking about if you feel that movement. That little pinky toe does a lot. Two more deep, full breaths here. Now let's inhale, bring the knee back up to center, and again, a few more breaths through center. So grab both ends of your strap and breathe here. Good, let's release the leg down. You can move that strap out to the side, just set it down, pull both knees back into your chest. And let's bring the knees together and just draw the knees into a circle. A few times. Both directions. Now we're going to keep that right knee pulling into your chest. One more time, hug it in. And we're going to move into a spinal twist. So take your left hand to your right knee. Now if you'd like to, you can shift your hips just a little bit over to the right side. And then just take the right knee over to the left side and twist. Take your right arm out to the right, palm facing up. And just get this nice twist, softening your shoulders down towards the mat. And feel free to just look straight up at the ceiling, or you can turn your gaze to look over to your right fingers. Either way. Now find a few deep breaths here down into your belly, your low back. Really just exploring where you're tight in your body or tense in your back body, and just take some deeper breaths into those areas. Good. With an inhale, we'll bring the right knee back to center. And we'll straighten out the right leg. Let's pull the left knee back in. Hips come back to center. Take a couple breaths here, knee pulling into the chest. And then spinal twist on the left side. So again, right hand to the left knee. If you need to just adjust your hips a little bit over to the left, and then take your knee over to the right. Left arm opens out to the left, palm facing up. Soften your shoulders down to your mat the best that you can. Gaze up to the ceiling or turn to look over your left fingertips. And then find your breath. We'll take about 3 or 4 deep breaths here into the back body. staying present. Good. With an inhale, let's bring the knee back to center. We'll pull both knees back into the chest and rock a little from side to side. Good. Now let's straighten out the legs. We're going to rock over to the left side body. Okay. Now from here, you can just relax your head down on your arm, or you can bring your head and just cradle your hands, your head in your hand. Now we're going to stretch out here. So you're going to bend into your right knee. And see if you can reach back and grab a hold of your right ankle or your right foot. And with that, you're going to pull it in towards your tailbone. Okay. Now you'll straighten out the bottom leg to create some foundation there and just start to reach out. Now if you can't reach your foot, you can always use your strap. Strap it around your foot and use this to help to pull it in. So either way, get yourself into a good stretch here and just start to breathe. Lengthen through your kneecap. Good. One more breath, deep as you can. Good, and release your right foot. Okay, going over to the other side. So you can just roll over. I'm going to turn around so that you can see me. So just roll on over to the other side. Again, just get yourself on your side. You can rest your head in your hand or you can lay it straight down. Go ahead and bend now into your left knee. Grab a hold of your foot or your ankle. Use your strap if you need to. And stretch and lengthen here. Okay. Should be getting a nice stretch through the quadricep muscle here. Now go ahead and release that. We're going to come onto the belly. Okay. Roll onto your belly. We're going to take a Sphinx pose. So come onto your forearms. You've got your elbows underneath your shoulders. And here, hands are pressing down to your mat. Toes are turned under, so you're pressing through the tops of your feet. Gentle back bend. Just start to feel like you're pressing your chest through your arms. So feel like you're kind of pulling back with your arms. Lifting your chest. One more breath. And let's release all the way down. Now let's bring hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself back to hands and knees. Walk your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. And from here, we're just going to start to shift our hips from side to side. Move your head from side to side. And you can kind of look back towards your tailbone. Just get some good movement, whatever feels good here. And then back to center, we'll start to take a few cat-cows. So with an inhale, go ahead and lift your tailbone, melt the heart, and bring your head up. Exhale to tuck the tailbone. Press with your hands to round your spine. Draw your chin into your chest. Inhale, lift the tailbone, melt the heart, and bring the head up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, drawing your chin into your chest. Now just move with your breath. Cat-cow is a great pose to practice matching movement with breath. center. Now let's take a child's pose. Knees come wide, big toes come to touch. Rest your hips back towards your heels and walk your hands forward, forehead to the knee, or forehead to the mat. Now if your knees are hurting, you can keep your hips lifted and just melt your heart down and forehead can come down. You can even use a block here underneath your forehead if you need that support. So find something that works for you here, relax, get grounded, and just breathe into your back body. And with an inhale, let's come on up, hands and knees. Okay. And as you're here, I want you to feel into what's called Uddiyana Bandha, and that is navel pulling in towards the spine just a little bit so we're protecting the back. We want to use our core here. So we're going to find a little balance. Go ahead and reach your right leg up, spin your toes down, and try to keep your hips square. And this might be as far as you go. Now I want you to feel like you're balancing equal over both right and left hands. So you're not dumping into one over the other. This is going to keep us into that center line of our body. Now if you feel grounded and balanced here, maybe you try to take the left arm forward and balance and breathe. Allow your body to shake. If it's shaking, that means that you're working your muscles, shaking out some unneeded stress, tension, or energy in your body. Couple more breaths. And then we'll release the left hand down, lower the right knee down, and let's begin to switch to the other side, taking the left leg back. Again, try to square your hips, spin your toes down, and just maybe you're staying here, balancing equal over your hands. Or maybe you take that right arm forward. Try to keep the back of your neck long so we're not looking up. Just look down towards your mat. Breathe here. And release your right hand down, and then your left knee comes down. So we're going to find an Anahata Asana. This is a heart-melting pose, a good stretch for the shoulders. So you want to keep your knees right underneath your hips. And you're going to walk your hands forward and melt your heart down towards your yoga mat. Bring your forehead onto your mat. You can bring that block underneath your forehead if you'd like. If you're really open in your shoulders, you might come onto your chin. So again, just come into the position that works for you, and then breathe into the back of your heart space. Really big breaths. Good. With an inhale, let's walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Now, if you have blocks, go ahead and take your blocks and place them on your mat, just right out in front of your hands. We're going to do the same thing. We're in tabletop position. We're going to take the right leg and lift it back. Okay? Find that equal balance to your hands, and see if you can bring your right foot and step it in between your hands. You might need to assist yourself by using your hand to bring your foot forward. So we're in a low lunge. If you've got your blocks and you'd like to use them, bring your blocks just right to either side of your right foot. Now your left foot, your toes are either turned under and you're pressing through the top of your foot, or uncurled, or you can turn your toes under, whatever works here, okay? Find foundation with your back leg and then just sink into your hips, lift up through your chest. Just find a couple of really nice big breaths here. Now, if you don't have blocks, you might be here on your fingertips. And if you're too tight, this just might be a little bit too much. And you might come here just on hands onto your thighs. So why don't we all just come there, hands resting on the top of the right thigh, sinking into the hip, lifting up through the chest. Now you can stay here, or you can reach both arms up and over your head. Soften the shoulders. Palms come together, interlace the fingers, and take a side bend over to the right. Now if you're here on the ground, you can always just do this, keeping right hand on your thigh, and then just leaning over to the right with that left arm. Couple options. Inhale, reach both arms back up and over your head. We're going to take the hands back down to our blocks or to the mat, and step back into a tabletop. Let's just go to the other side. So we'll take the left leg, lift it up and back, and bring the leg through a lunge. Now you might have your hands on your blocks, you might have them down on your mat, or maybe if that's too much, you might just have your hands resting onto your thigh, balancing here. So we're gonna hold, sinking low into the hips, lifting up through the chest. And you can keep your hands down here on your blocks, or you can reach your arms up and over your heads. And we'll bring palms together, interlace the fingers, and we'll take a side bend over to the left. If you needed to, you can have your left hand down and just reach your right arm up and over to the left. And we'll inhale, come back up. Now, hands come down to the blocks or down to your mat. Let's come back into a tabletop. And either a child's pose or a downward facing dog. So if you're going to take downward facing dog, go ahead and spread your fingers nice and wide. And turn your toes under, lift your hips. Okay. Now, go ahead and just start to pedal out through your legs. So bend one knee, press down through that opposite heel, and switch sides. So just moving slowly, kind of exploring in your body what feels like it needs to kind of just move. Your head might move a little bit from side to side. And again, we have Uddiyana Bandha kind of in play. So that's navel pulling in towards the spine, just ever so slightly to give you that support. Now let's start to settle back into both of the legs. Your heels want to come down towards your mat. They don't need to actually be touching the mat. And take a full and deep breath in through the nose. And an exhale out through the mouth. Relax your head. Full and deep breath in through the nose. And a big breath out through the mouth. Good. A couple more breaths. If you need to take a child's pose, feel free to take a child's pose. And if you're already there, just breathing and enjoying your child's pose. And with an exhale, we're going to lower down to the knees. And we're going to come up to standing. So go ahead and just come to a standing position. And whatever works for you, you can probably just face the top of your mat if you're looking at me this way. I'm going to face you so that you can see me. So we're going to come into a Tadasana. Feet are hip distance apart. Just look down at your feet. Make sure your toes are pointing forward. Arms resting down to your sides. Let's just take a moment here to close the eyes. And again, just connect into a deeper rhythm of breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Allowing your legs to feel grounded and strong as you press your feet like you're trying to press them down through the ground. And soften your shoulders down your back. We're going to take a few sun salutations. So with an inhale, let's reach the arms up and over the head. Exhale, dive forward through a flat back. Coming down, look where you're going. Release your chin towards your chest. If you need those blocks, you can bring them underneath your hands here. Whatever works. Let's hold here for a moment. So either grab your blocks, let your head relax, or maybe take opposite hands to opposite elbows. And you can let your knees be as soft as you need them to be here. Shift your head a little bit from side to side. Just let go of any stress, any tension. Might be held in the neck, the shoulders. Now we're going to inhale, find a half lift. So hands come to the shins or to your blocks. Lengthen the spine. So hands to the shins, lengthen, pull the shoulders back, pull that navel in towards your spine. Exhale and forward fold, chin to the chest. Inhale, soft bend in the knees. Belly is in, arms reach out to the side. Press to your feet to stand up tall. And palms together, exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to do that a few times. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, forward fold. Come through a flat back as you lower down. Release your chin to your chest. Inhale, find a half lift. Lengthen the spine, hands to the shins or your blocks. Exhale to fold, chin to your chest. Inhale and rise up. Reach up, arms out to the side. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, find some length. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Now, inhale, reach up. Palms come together, interlace your fingers, soften your shoulders, and take a little side bend over to your left. As you do this, you want to feel like you're kind of pressing a little bit more through your right foot, lifting your chest up, and breathing into your side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, taking it over to the other side. Lengthening. Pressing a little bit more, this time through your left foot. Inhale, coming back up. And releasing your hands. So go ahead and turn yourself so that you're sideways on your mat, just like I am. And you take a wide straddle with your feet. So reach your arms out to your side and just look down. It's your ankles should be about underneath your wrists. That's about how wide you go, okay? And then from here, I'm gonna have you take your hands to your hips. You're gonna lift your chest, find a little bit of a back bend. And you might have your blocks. If you don't, you might wanna grab them and just place them right in front of you like I did. And exhale, we're gonna take another forward fold. Now, you might be using those blocks on a higher setting, lower setting, and maybe you don't need them at all. You can set them to the side. Bring your hands under your shoulders and draw your chin into your chest. Good. And let yourself just relax here and breathe. Feeling the weight of your body come towards the front of your feet. As you move the weight of your body just a little bit more forward to the front of your feet, you'll feel a nice stretch through the back of your legs. You might be moving your head a little side to side. Again, just let yourself hang here. Good. Let's take hands to the hips and rise on up to stand. All right. Now let's come into a warrior two. And we're gonna take the, we'll take the left toes to face forward and just check in with your feet. You wanna have heel to inner arch alignment with your back foot. Hips are square, so you can take hands to your hips. Just align your hips so they're nice and square. And then just bend into your front knee. Now, if this is a little bit much for balance, you can always use a chair, or you might even stand up against a wall just to give yourself some support here. So warrior two, we want to just extend the arms out to the side. Okay, and then just gaze over your left fingers. Make sure this back leg is super, super strong, and just breathe here in a warrior two. With an inhale, we're going to reverse the warrior. So we're going to flip the left palm up, and we're going to reach up and back, and just slide the right hand down the right leg with the chest. Now you want to keep a bend into your left knee, and just breathe into this nice, good stretch into the side body. And again, if you're using a chair, you might just have one hand on a chair. That works out really nice, just to give you a little balance and support. Good. Now we're going to straighten out your left leg and take a triangle pose. So you're going to reach forward as far as you can, and you'll either just take your left hand just to rest down towards your left leg and right hand straight up. This is a great work for our core. So you want to use that Uddiyana Bandha, use your core to hold your body like this. You can always grab your block as well and get that stretch or get that support. Okay? Shoulders are moving back. Sometimes what happens is we round in or we draw our shoulders in too much. So just open up the shoulders, pull them back. And with an inhale, we're going to come back into a warrior two. So bring your arm up, bend into your left knee, gaze over your left fingertips. And then we'll straighten out both of the legs, hands to the hips, feet come back to parallel. Now we can come into that same forward fold, bringing your blocks right out in front of you. If you'd like to take it a little step farther, interlace your fingers behind your back. Draw your shoulder blades together on your back and take a forward fold from here. Now if you need to, you can bend your knees and try to keep your shoulder blades together. Draw your knuckles up towards the ceiling and relax your head. Might move your head a little side to side. And with an inhale, come on up, just like somebody's grabbing your arms and drawing them straight back, rise back up. Release your hands. Now we're going to come to a warrior two facing the other direction. So hands can come to your hips or onto a chair. And we're going to take the right toes this time and spin those forward. Now just check in with your feet, look down, heel to inner arch alignment with your feet. And then you're going to bend into your right knee. Now you want your hips square and open. So opening towards the camera, I guess, wherever you're looking, and extending your arms. Okay, you can look over your right fingertips and just breathe. Make sure your legs are nice and strong, you're finding balance. And with an inhale, we're going to reverse the warrior, reach up and back. So we're slipping the left hand down the left leg, reaching the right arm straight up. Again, if you're using a chair, you just have your left hand on a chair and come back. I want to keep a nice bend into your front knee. Good, triangle pose. So start to straighten out both of your legs. Pull your belly in, find your core, reach as far forward as you can, over your right toes, over your right leg, and then take a triangle pose. Lower the right hand down, lift the left arm up. Again, you can use a block. You might be using that chair here. So find the support that you need, use your core, and again, just make sure that you're not rounding your shoulders in. Open the chest, pull the shoulders back. Get your core to work for you and feel your legs are nice and strong. And don't forget to breathe. And a warrior two, coming back up, bending into your right knee, maybe gazing over your right fingers. Take just a couple more breaths here. And now straighten out your legs, hands to your hips, feet back to a parallel position. And let's just heel toe our feet in, stepping back into our Tadasana pose. Okay, bring hands at the heart, close your eyes, and just feel that grounding in your legs. Find your breath again. And just coming back to center, back to presence. And just feeling the aliveness of your body now that we've kind of stood up and stretched, balanced. And we'll release the hands down to the side. We're going to come back to a seated position. Okay. So we're going to come into a seated position. If you have something to sit on, if your hips are tight, most of ours are pretty tight. So if you have something to sit on, if you're using a block or maybe a folded up blanket or even a pillow, go ahead and just place that underneath your sits bones. And we'll just cross the legs if that's comfortable for you, or just any position that you can sit in comfortably here for a moment. So I'm going to have you just take your hands to your knees. We're going to inhale and pull the chest forward through the arms. Open up the front body, lift your chin. Exhale and round the spine, draw your chin into your chest. Inhale, pulling the chest forward, open up the front body. Exhale and round, drawing the chin down to your chest. Just a couple more. Inhale and exhale, round. Last one, inhale. Exhale and round. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's take an inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Side bend stretch. So lower the left hand down, reach up and over with the right hand. Soften your left shoulder. Inhale up, exhale other side. Got a lot of sunshine coming in the windows right now. I'm all sunlit. Inhale and come on up. Great. Good. Now we're going to use our strap or our towel again. And go ahead and stretch your right leg straight out in front. Left leg to the inner thigh. I'm going to move this block out from underneath me because I don't need it, but if you need it, keep it there. Okay? Modifications is you can be on some support. You can bend your knee here if you need to. I'm going to come off of the support and go ahead and wrap your strap around your foot. Okay? And then just come back to sitting up as tall as you can. Make sure you're kind of grounding through your sits bones, so if you just need to rock a little bit from side to side. Now, here we want to keep our spine straight. And we're going to lead with our heart, okay? So with an inhale, you grab a hold to either side of your strap. Take a breath in. And exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips. Just start to take it nice and slow. Now this might be as far as you go, and just breathe into that. And again, if you need to bend your knee, go ahead and bend your knee. And we'll just take about 5 breaths here. Coming forward, if you need to move your hands forward a little bit on that strap, go ahead and do that, but try again to keep the spine round. Try to feel like you're pressing your heart towards your toes and pulling your toes back towards your face. Two more full and deep breaths. And with an inhale, gently, slowly come on up. We're going to switch sides. So go ahead and straighten out the left leg. Pull the right foot to the inner thigh. Modify how you need to. Bend your knee if you need to. Prop yourself up and strap that strap around your foot. Let's sit up nice and tall. Shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, let's hinge forward from the hips and take a fold. And if you need to walk your hands a little bit more forward onto your strap, do that. Pull the toes back. Lead your heart towards your toes and find your breath. Beautiful. Let's inhale and slowly come on up. Nice work. So set that strap down to the side. One more stretch here while we're seated. We're going to bring soles of the feet together, knees out wide. And let's go ahead and just take a wide diamond. So move your feet a little ways away from your pelvis, and again, adjust onto your sits bones. You can also stay propped up for this one on your blocks or on your blanket. And we're just going to round the spine, take a forward fold, and draw your chin into your chest. Just let everything relax. Really big breaths into the back body, and as you exhale, just allow your body to become nice and relaxed. This is our yin posture where we just let our muscles relax so we can start to get into some of the connective tissue in our body. Now another modification here is you can always bring blocks or some support, a blanket or some pillows underneath your knees. So just round down, let's just hold together wherever we are. We're going to hold this pose for a little longer. Let's take 3 more breaths. And go ahead and move nice and slow. We're going to come on up, walk your hands back towards your body. And you can, if you brought something under your knees, you can just move them out to the side. Come to any comfortable seated position. And we're just going to move the head just a little bit to stretch the neck. Draw your chin to your chest. Take right ear over to the right shoulder and hold. So both of your shoulders just relaxing down. Chin to your chest. Other side, left ear, left shoulder. Good. Chin to your chest. One more time. Right ear, right shoulder. Now if you'd like to reach your, walk your left fingers out to the left just a little bit and raise them up off of your mat, just about an inch or two. Reach out through your fingertips. You might be able to find a nice stretch coming down through your arm. We'll release the hand down, chin to the chest. Let's go on over to the left side, left ear, left shoulder. Maybe walk those right fingers out to the right, lift your right hand up, and just reach out through those fingertips. Releasing the hand down, chin to the chest, and let's just lift the head back up to a neutral position. Now we're going to come onto our backs. So just move your props to the sides, come onto your back. Now if you want to come with control, you might bend your knees and reach your arms forward. Belly is in, and best you can, round down. Nice and slow. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. Allowing your low back to relax. Good. Now let's stretch out the hips. So go ahead and release your feet down to your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh for reclined pigeon pose. And go ahead and flex your right toes back. This is an important move of pulling the toes back just to keep the pressure out of your knee and make sure that we're getting it into the hips. So you might take your right hand and just gently press your right knee away from your body. And that could be a good enough stretch for you. Now, if you feel like you need a little bit more than that, then you can pull your left knee in towards your chest. Take your hands through your leg and grab a hold of the back of your left thigh and just interlace your fingers. So wherever you are, you want to be able to relax your shoulders and breathe into your hips. Now, sometimes what happens is our left knee wants to kind of pull in towards the right. So if you want to, just kind of make sure that you're pulling that left knee just a little bit over to the left, just so it's kind of square with your hip, or maybe even a little bit more, and just so you can feel that good stretch into your right hip. And full and deep breaths. This connection to our breath and connection into deeper breaths is just as important as stretching our body, if not more important. So really allow yourself to focus on deeper breathing throughout your yoga practices. Good. And we'll release the left foot down if you pulled your left knee into your chest. And we're going to uncross the right leg from the left, and we'll go to the other side. Left ankle crossing over the right thigh, and flex your left foot back. Pull your toes back. Maybe take your left hand and press your left knee away from your body. That might be where you hold and breathe. If you need that deeper stretch, you pull the right knee into your chest. Take your hands, interlace them behind your right thigh, and gently start to guide your right knee into your chest. Soften your shoulders. Soften your eyes, close. And just enjoy breathing into your body. Just feeling all stress, all worries just melt away. Last breath. Good. Releasing your right foot back down if you brought your knee into your chest. Let's uncross the legs. We're going to pull both knees into the chest. Hands come to the top of the knees. Widen your knees towards your armpits. Shoulders relaxing down. And just breathe here. You want to feel your low back is on the ground. Your shoulders are resting on the ground. And you can just circle through your ankles if that feels good. And then we're going to come into a happy baby pose. So you can take your feet up towards the ceiling, and if you like to, just grab a hold of the back of your thighs. That's a good starting point here. Soften your shoulders, low back is on the ground. Now flex your feet and just try to kind of press the feet up towards the ceiling. At the same time, pulling knees towards the armpits. Now if you can reach the outside edge of your feet, go ahead and grab a hold of the outside edge of your foot. Or you can even take a hold of the outside edge of your legs. Whatever you do, you don't want to really strain your body to be in this position. So if you're up like this, trying to reach your feet, and you can't relax, then just grab a hold of the back of the thighs. It's just as good, okay? And if you enjoy here rocking from side to side, you can do that. Just breathing in, breathing out. Now let's bring soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Wrap your hands around your feet if you can do that. If not, you can just bring them down towards your mat. We're going to just take a couple breaths here. And then we'll move into a Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet stay together, knees out wide. Now if you like to, you can grab a hold of your blocks. And you can place your blocks to support you just kind of underneath your legs here. We're not going to hold very long. So soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Hands onto your bellies. And relax your shoulders. Soften your eyes closed. Just settle in here. Let your body kind of soften and ground. And let's come into some belly breathing. So take a deep, deep breath into your belly as low as you can bring that breath. Open your mouth wide and let it go. We're going to continue with that breathing, inhaling into the belly. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Good. 3 more breaths just like that. Each breath, really just relaxing your body a little bit deeper. Allow yourself to make some sound if you need to, a little sigh on the exhale. And start to come back into a natural rhythm of breath. So to begin to release any control of your breathing. Just tune into your natural breath. And start to move towards your final relaxation pose, Shavasana. Straightening out your legs. If you need to place something underneath your knees for support, feel free. And if your legs straight is not relaxing, you can always keep your knees bent. So just find a comfortable position for Shavasana. Arms down to your sides, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Soften your shoulders onto your back. Just let yourself really relax here. Start to feel the muscles of your face relax. Softening your jaw.
Just bringing a bit of joy and peace into your face. And just feel that joy and peace just running down through your shoulders and your neck, your arms. Washing over your heart. Joy and peace into your belly as your belly muscles relax. Low back relaxing. And joy and peace coming into your hips, and down through your right leg and your left leg, and into your feet and all of your toes. Just allowing everything to soften. Continuing to relax your body. Just begin to notice how your physical body feels. Scan through your body. Just being fully present for yourself. Checking in. Notice how you're feeling again in your emotional body. Any feelings or emotions that might be present for you. Just allowing them to be there, acknowledging them. Start to just bring one hand on your heart, and other hand is to rest on top of your hand that's on your heart. Both hands just resting at your heart space. Just finding that Relaxed breath rising up from the belly and entering your heart space. And just acknowledging yourself for taking this time for your practice. Taking this time to connect to your physical body, to your breath. Just bringing your awareness into your heart. Just taking a moment here to set an intention for the rest of your day. Reach your arms up and over your head, stretch out nice and long. Maybe find a yawn, open your mouth, take a breath in, a breath out. Bending your knees, rocking over to your right side into a fetal position, and just allow your head to rest into your arm. Just take a moment here. A moment for gratitude, offering up your thanks, whatever you are thankful for in this moment. And we'll gently press our way up to a seated position. Any comfortable position that you can just end your practice in. We'll bring hands at the heart. Just settle in. Feel your shoulders softening down your back. Eyes are closed. Take a full and deep breath in. Big breath out through the mouth. A full and deep breath in. And a big breath out. We'll close out our practice with one Om if you'd like to join me. Let's take a breath in. My heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful day and come back, check out my other classes. All right, namaste.